guys, it's Bonnie. So for this week's video, I wasn't really sure of what to film. I was sitting here like, But then last night I watched this video from Lala over at Books and Lala, and she did a video reacting to a video that she made of the top 10 authors that she wanted to read. And basically the video was like, have I read these authors since I made this video? And while I don't have a video like that from my booktube past, I do have a video where I talk about all of my unread books. So I thought maybe it might be interesting to go back, watch that video with you guys, because so much has changed, so many of my viewers have changed, and it might be interesting to see what I did with those books. Did I read them? Did I unhaul them? Did I DNF them? Did I like them or not? So this video is from 2015, and 2015 me was a whole different person. She did not realize how good she had it. And I know I had a lot more unread books then. I had a very large TBR, especially compared to now, because if you don't know, this year I really wanted to get my TBR down because I didn't like having all these books I felt like I had to read. And now my physical TBR is at like 10, so I'm hella proud of myself. But let's go back into the past, see what a problem I had. Oh my god, there was some music in the background. TBT.
I am so sorry about the lack of video.
Why are you apologizing? No one cares. Yeah, we get it. Stop talking. Oh my god,
like,
she talks too much.
I'll be done with school, so I should have a lot more time. And by done, I mean like done for the semester, but
now I'm like actually going to be done when I finish my current semester.
You know,
crazy.
Done.
Also, this bitch did not know how to edit her videos because she'd be talking too much and there were some things she could cut out. How did I have any subscribers at this point? I'm so bored. Oh, so this is gonna go pretty fast. I have read The Magician's Nephew and The Horse and His Boy, but I have not read the rest of the Chronicles of Narnia yet. They are kind of like my long game TBR. I'll just read them whenever I feel like it.
Unlock by Catherine Peacock.
Unhauled it.
Something Strange and Deadly by Susan Dennard.
Unhauled it.
Brave Mercy by Robin Lefebvre's.
Read it and I gave it 2.5 stars. Not going to continue with the series.
Fateful by Claudia Gray. Oh my god, that
Unhauled it.
Winter's Curse by Marie Grotowski.
Read it this year and I gave it 2.5 stars. I'm not continuing with the series.
Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I wonder what's keeping me from reading this one.
Yeah, I still haven't read The Name of the Wind. It's still on my TBR, and it's also still because it's huge.
The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon.
Absolutely love The Bone Season. Cannot wait for the next book to come out because I'm all caught up on the series now.
Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas.
Oh my god, 2015 me hadn't read Throne of Glass yet. I could have saved her, but I didn't.
Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson.
Unhauled it.
City of Fallen Angels and City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare.
I still have them just in case I decide to pick up that series again, but as of right now I don't see myself finishing it.
Will I ever? Probably.
Probably,
peer
she
pressure.
says.
Dear John by Nicholas Sparks.
Unhauled it.
Silence of Six by E.G.E.C. Myers.
Unhauled it.
All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han.
Read it and absolutely loved it. I mean, I gave it 4 stars, so not absolutely loved it, but it was cute. Jenny Han's a winner.
Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson.
Read it and I gave it 4.5 stars. I don't know, somewhere around there. One of my favorite Morgan Matson books, definitely.
Because of Mr. Terup by Rob Buea.
Unhauled it. Don't know why I even bought it in the first place.
Forever by Judy Blume.
Read it and gave it like a 3 star. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't like anything special.
The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak.
Loved it. 5 stars. Amazing, amazing book.
The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's Not Summer Without You. And We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han.
Once again, I read all of the Summer I Turned Pretty books. I really loved them when I read them. I think I read them shortly after making this video. I don't know how I would feel about them if I read them today, but past me really enjoyed them because, like I said, Jenny Han's a winner.
The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson.
Read it this year. Absolutely loved it. 4.5 stars I think I gave it, and now Jandy Nelson is one of my new favorite authors.
Notebook by Nicholas Sparks.
Unhauled it.
The Other Normals by Ned Vizzini.
Also unhauled it.
Teen Angst Nah by Ned Vizzini.
Read it and I think I gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars, maybe 4 stars. I can't remember. It was solid when I read it, but it's not something that has stuck with me, obviously.
Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King.
I unhauled Everybody Sees the Ants because I read a different A.S. King book. I read I Crawl Through It, and it really just wasn't my kind of writing style. I don't know if Everybody Sees the Ants is the same way, but I just unhauled it because I was like, I didn't really like that, so I'm not gonna do it again.
Dairy Queen by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch.
Unhauled that because literally the only reason I had bought it in the first place was because it takes place in Wisconsin, and I realized I didn't have any other reason to want to read it. So hopefully another book will come to me set in Wisconsin one day that I'll actually have interest in.
How to Be Bad by Lauren Miracle, Sarah Milnosky, and E. Lockhart.
Unhauled it, that was definitely a random book outlet purchase that I regret.
Or Like a Rock Star by Matthew Quick.
Read it this year, I gave it 3.5 stars, somewhere around there. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Stowe by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle.
Read it quite a few years ago. I think I probably read it that year, and I think I gave it 4 stars. Again, don't know how I would feel if I read it now, but that's what past me thought.
I Will Save You by Matt De La Pena.
Unhauled it because, as I do say in the video, I started it and didn't like it that much, so I never felt the motivation to continue.
Eleanor in Park by Rainbow Rowell.
Unhauled it this year because I realized I don't need to read every book that's hyped just because it's hyped.
Before My Eyes by Caroline Bach.
Unhauled it, once again, book outlet.
Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy.
Read it this year, didn't love it. I think I gave it 2.5 stars.
Fire with Fire and Ashes to Ashes by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian.
I did this year finally pick up Burn for Burn and the others in the series. I enjoyed the first 2 books. I despised the last book because of how it ended.
Wintertown by Stephen Edmund.
Unhauled it.
Every Day by David Levithan.
Read it this year, really enjoyed it, gave it 4 stars. The audiobook narrator is highly recommend to listen to it if you go into that one.
Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill.
Read it a few years ago, didn't like it, gave it like 2 stars.
Lock and Key by Sarah Dussin.
Unhauled it.
Requiem by Lauren Oliver.
Unhauled it because I realized I was never going to finish the series. I was going to have to reread it if I wanted to ever finish, and that was just not going to happen.
Under the Never Sky. Through the Evernight.
I DNF'd it and got rid of the whole series because I just was not feeling it at all.
Pivot Point by Casey West.
I did end up reading Pivot Point and I enjoyed it. I did eventually pick up the sequel, but then it had been so long that I ended up unhauling the sequel. So I don't know how it actually ended, but I did enjoy it when I read it, but then it just was too long. I wasn't gonna reread it, you know?
Reboot by Amy Tintira.
Unhauled it.
These Things I've Done by Gabrielle Zevin.
Unhauled it, and again, that was one of those book outlet purchases because I remember that book was like 69 cents and I was like, how do I not get it?
The Forsaken by Lisa M. Stas.
Unhauled it because I didn't hear good things about it, although I love that cover, so it was a little hard, but she had to go.
Prodigy and Champion by Marie Lu.
Finally finished the Legends series last year. The sequels did not hold up to the first book, I will say. I think I gave them both around 3.5 stars.
Endgame, The Calling by James Frey and Niels Johnson Shelton.
DNF'd that one because it was not good. It was trying to be the Hunger Games except 10,000 times more confusing and just boring.
This has been on my like currently reading list on Goodreads for so long. I got like halfway through and then I was just like, I am so bored. I want to read something else, and like I haven't picked it back up.
And you're gonna DNF it, honey, because it's not good.
And I don't know if I ever will,
you won't,
to be honest, because I heard this author is like really shitty and
yep,
like
he is.
The book is just boring.
Yes, it is.
So
you should have known right then and
Ready
there.
Player One.
Damn, she started going fast.
Ready Player One by Ernest Cline.
Read Ready Player One this year, gave it 3.5 stars. Didn't love it, didn't hate it.
Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn.
Oh, baby me, I hadn't read Sharp Objects yet. It's my favorite Gillian Flynn book, 5 stars. My favorite Gillian Flynn adaptation, and it is amazing. If you have not read Sharp Objects, read Sharp Objects. Oh my god.
Gathering Blue by Lois Lowry.
Unhauled it because I realized I didn't love The Giver enough to read that one. The only reason I was hanging on to that was because I bought it at a little independent bookstore and I thought the cover was beautiful and like it had memories attached, but I was like, I'm not gonna read it, so it's gotta go.
The Best of Me by Nicholas Sparks.
Unhauled it. I don't know why I've had so many Nicholas Sparks books that I've never read. The only Nicholas Sparks book that I've ever read is The Last Song, and that's the only one I really feel like I need to read, or needed to read at one point in my life.
Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold.
I read The Lovely Bones last year, I believe, and it is not worth the hype, girls. It's like 3 stars.
The Last Ship by William Brinkley.
The Last Ship was something that I won in like a random Barnes & Noble giveaway. I was never going to read that. It is way too long, and I've heard the TV show is better anyway.
Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan.
I did unhaul that one, or I had planned to unhaul it. It's one that I won in a giveaway when I first was starting out on BookTube, and it's like personally signed to me. And like I said, I was going to unhaul it, but then Whitney said that she put it on like her TBR because she's into those romance books, and I'm like, you know, if Whitney ends up loving it or we decide to buddy read it, I may as well hold on to it a little bit longer.
The Selected Works of T.S. Spivet, a novel by Reef Larson.
Also want it in that Barnes & Noble giveaway, Unhauled it.
And finally, we have Yes Please by Amy Poehler.
Oh, Yes Please by Amy Poehler. I've read that, gave it 5 stars, absolutely loved it. Definitely listen to the audiobook, but also get the physical book and like flip along with it because there's a lot of cute little pictures and just things like that. But yeah, absolutely excellent.
Also, I'm going to show you the books that I'm currently reading because I'm like barely into them. So the first one is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer.
Funny that 2015 me was like, let me show you the books I'm currently reading because I'm barely into them. Because yeah, honey, you're barely into Scarlet and you ain't gonna read it until 3 years later. And I gave that one 4 stars.
Then there's When We Were Animals by Joshua Gaylord.
Never finished that one, DNF'd her and then unhauled it. So my number back then was 68, which honestly isn't that bad. I know some people have hundreds and hundreds of unread books, and that's totally fine, obviously. It just was something I realized that I personally don't like. And now, like I said, I'm at like 10 and it feels amazing. So yeah, that was me reacting to my unread books of 2015 and what have happened to these books since. I'll put a little tally on the screen here for like the number of books that I read, DNF'd, and unhauled. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting. It's just something I randomly decided to do out of the blue. Let me know how your unread book situation has changed over the years. Has it gotten worse or better? Do you still mistakenly buy those books from Book Outlet even though you know you're never gonna read them, or have you finally kicked that habit that we all seem to get when we're on BookTube? Let me know. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.